Hello everybody, this is Daniel. It's been a long time since I've done anything like this, and I'm not going off a script or anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Batman and Ben Affleck and fucking Batman versus Superman. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get out the way. I'm just gonna be skeptical. My initial reaction was, this sucks. Why would they pick this guy? I really have never cared for any of his movies except, one of his Kevin Smith movies. I know apparently Argo, The Town, whatever. Supposedly those are all good. I haven't seen them. I'm too busy doing other stuff than to watch Ben Affleck's giant flat head. But I'll try to stay away from the Ben bashing right now. I was gonna say, I'm skeptical, but when it comes right down to it, what the fuck are we gonna do? Even if, they pick somebody even worse. Fucking say they pick, who's the dude from The Hangover? He's gonna be the Rocket Raccoon in the Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever they're called, movie. I can't remember the guy's name. He was in The Hangover. Basically, imagine they picked him. Who fucking cares? What they're doing with Batman this time is making him older, more experienced, more battle hardened, and I'm fucking down with that. I don't need a fucking another origin tale. Why not, a Batman that's been doing it for 10 years. 15 years. He's got scars. He's got, he's got a real negative view of the world, really. He trusts nobody because he's been screwed over so many times, either by the Gotham police or the politicians in the city, or the fucking Catwoman, or if they even have a Catwoman in this. It's really cool, and that's why they picked Ben Affleck. I've seen pictures of him. Supposedly he looks pretty buff. Maybe it was photoshopped, but he's kind of got the frame. Obviously he's got the fucking jawline, the big old head of his. But he's got the frame that a couple months in the gym, he could fucking look like Batman straight out of the Justice League television show. And, that's okay. I mean, that's cool. Christian Bale was always, he's a decent sized dude, but, he was never fucking buff. And of course, they picked him obviously for the, they needed a star. They needed their Robert Downey Jr. for the DC cinematic universe. But enough talk about that. I want to get into what I really hope they do with Batman this time. Number one, I was going to get this one. This is kind of a nitpick, but I've always hated the suits. I've always hated the rubber shit. I'd really like to see something a little bit more cloth. Obviously, Batman, he's not stupid. He's the world's greatest detective. He's not stupid. He's going to have armor under the cloth. But, it would be nice to see, it would just be a welcome change. Something that's more in line with the comics and with the animated universe from back in the day. Or really still, they still portray it as, just straight up like cotton or something. Maybe it's not cotton, but I'd really like to see a noticeable change in the look of Batman this time around. Next thing is really make him a detective this time. I would like to see him like fucking Batman Forever. Of all the 7 movies, he's rarely actually portrayed as a real detective. The worst one was Batman Forever, where him and Alfred are fucking sitting there going over the clues from the Riddler, his heist. He would leave behind clues, whatever. And of course they realize, there's numbers in each one of these, and the letter corresponds with a letter in the alphabet, and it's Edward Nygma. How stupid was that? And of course the ballistics stuff from Dark Knight. where he had the piece of brick with the bullet in it and was able to recreate the shattering of the bullet and then piece it back together, which was, that's forensics. I mean, that's a part of detective work. But when I think of detective work, you know, I would think of it more than just using your fancy fucking computer to figure everything out for you. Fucking breaking in, going through files, wiretaps, illegal or not, who cares? He's fucking Batman. He can do whatever he wants. Doing real detective work. This time, we've seen Batman. Really, really, the first Tim Burton movie really tried to make Batman, kind of ominous, creature of the night type of dude. Um, and of course, like halfway through, then it's like, oh, this is Bruce Wayne. He's sitting in his fucking cave. But I think since this is going to be a straight up sequel to Man of Steel, why not make it, Superman looking at Batman, like seeing it through his eyes, seeing this man, instead of just constant scene from scene, bouncing him from just as Bruce Wayne talking about stuff that Batman did, and then being Batman, and then taking off the suit and talking about really, I don't even think they need to have Bruce Wayne appear. I think he needs to appear about as much as Batman did in Dark Knight Rises, because that fucking 90% of Christian Bale scenes, he was Bruce Wayne, and what I think there's a 3-hour movie and it was not even 20 minutes of actual Batman. So 90%, that's me exaggerating. But it would be really cool, if he's just fucking Batman. Fuck the whole Bruce Wayne thing. It can be hinted at, but maybe even by the end, Clark kind of figures out like, oh. But hell, I think it'd be even better if they actually get into the Justice League movie and seriously nobody knows who Batman is. They still have no idea. I mean, they get the Watchtower, and they're like, oh, well, that was really nice of that Bruce Wayne guy to, spring for this fucking space orbiting station up here. Which I know that's kind of stupid, but just try to be a lot more subtle with the whole Bruce Wayne aspect of the personality. Just focus really on Batman, and then do your little spin-off Batman movie. And then we can really see Bruce Wayne, not necessarily, his his whole childhood, coming up. Really, if anything, have him just as Batman in the Man of Steel sequel, but then have him actually be Bruce Wayne dealing with Ra's al Ghul and his daughter, and because they're so fucking smart, they're like, hey, you're fucking Batman. So he kind of has to drop the persona. But that's just my kind of rambling of what I really hope they do. Downplay Bruce Wayne, make Batman just feel. And another thing is make him a real fucking ninja this time, not just training with a sword. But the first Nolan movie, they really gave that. It really felt like at certain points, he was just sneaking around, and it'd be nice if they try to do that again with Batman character. Like I was saying, just make him really, in the shadows. Batman talks, but he mostly acts. And that's the end of my ramblings, and hope you guys enjoyed it.